Welcome back. If you're coming back, I'm welcome. If it's your first time. Well, now, let me tell you a story of some emperor who loved some feminine, but then had his page person who wanted the feminine for himself, and he tried to trick the emperor from his position. And at the same time, we have another karmic feminine who took a position of the feminine and tried to copycat her and make everyone believe that she was the chosen one. So they collaborated with each other, one being a warlock, the other one being a witch, to keep the emperor and the feminine away from each other. And the plan was to use spells, magic, and projections to manipulate both of them, to give up their positions. The karmic feminine promised the masculine that if he partnered with the divine feminine of the emperor, he would attain abundance, and by siphoning her energy, he would be able to possess any feminine he wanted, at the same time spiritually imprisoning and bonding the feminine to himself, to harvest energy whenever he wanted to, so that he could create other copycats by cloaking the other feminine with the stolen, harvested energy. And that way he was to have endless supply as long as the feminine was energetically and spiritually bonded to him. And he did that for quite some time. He was promised fame, to shoot a film, and money. And when the time came for them to think that they had extracted enough from the feminine, they were going to cause her to self-sabotage and self-destroy herself again through devaluation and making her feel unworthy by alienating her from anyone who supported her. They even went to extents to even spiritually attack her loved ones and unalive some of them, the ones they thought were important to her. And this went on for quite some time. Only each and every time they did anything, just when they thought she was falling and they were getting rid of her, she would regenerate and start afresh again and again after recovering from their spiritual attacks. And during those times, she didn't know that it was them that was doing the attacks, until one day she decided to walk away because she saw through them and had been waiting for them to repent, but they never did. So she gave up and surrendered them to God. And that is how the servant of God and the warlock was started. Meanwhile, on the other end, the karmic feminine was collecting as much bounty as she could from the emperor after convincing him with spells and magic that the feminine was a witch and that she would cause his downfall, so he had to give up on her, fearing he would be betrayed because they told him that the feminine would give away his secrets, and she presented herself as the one, cloaking herself with the energy of the feminine and copycatting almost all the characteristics and personality of the feminine. And she convinced him that she was the best version of being the one compared to the original feminine, all by doing spells and magic manipulation, while at the same time sacrificing his finances as well by taking from him and presenting what she took to a coven. That's a confirmation. Isn't that funny that you take something, but because you are being of service to someone else, you are not able to spend it or use it in the way you want? Isn't that uncannily strange? But that's not how it is with God. When you serve Him, you also make use of what is given to you, as well as share it with those who don't have the blessings. And can they see this? And on top of that, they are always made to be of service to the coven 24 hours, 7 days. Even in their dreams, they are still walking. There is no rest for them, neither spiritually nor physically, and to make things worse, they are also sacrificed by being abused physically as well as mentally. Their life is not their life. They have no choice of choosing anything, whatever they choose is meant to benefit the covenant. They still remain empty-handed. And they make them to be bounded to them in all ways as long as they breathe. Confirmation, Justin Bieber's song is singing in the background right now. The song where he talks of having lost his love. Anyway, and that brings us back to the warlock who, the feminine, walked away when she saw that she was being cheated on. Cheated in the sense that the warlock was exhausting her finances and siphoning her energy, making her weak, that she was not able to think right, and that way he was able to manipulate her the way he wanted. She was seeing through the illusions, but they were making her feel as if she had no other way out other than to follow what they told her. Otherwise, she would lose everything she had. By the way, don't give a thought about the screams behind the scenes. So, at first she believed that because wasn't it that she ventured into that from beginning to make investments that would save her finances, but it was making her lose herself, and the people she was with didn't give a care about what she was going through. So she made a last move that made her walk away, not only from the warlock who tried to keep tricking her even when she confronted him. She also walked away from anyone else who she saw was doing exactly what the warlock was doing, cheating on her to get as much as they could from her. And unfortunately, she found herself in a place where she couldn't trust anyone at all. And she moved to calmer waters and started all over from scratch. Her walking away made the warlock go crazy because he was too egoistic to think that anyone could walk away from him and got away from his clutches. So he did all kinds of the worst with the help of the karmic feminine. But the more he struck at her, the more she became determined and sure about getting away and doing something different, which in God's way was just something that had already been written for her to be doing. She only needed a catalyst to get her started, and the catalyst was the warlock. And of course, along came others who were also sent by the warlock, and each time with the help of God, she just had to fight her way out. With every individual sent, she had to face tests to make her grow stronger and be more discernful and learn lessons that she was later to reflect back and realize that they had to happen so that she would know some truths in life. The last test was one who was twice younger than her age, but this person seemed to carry an old soul which they themselves didn't know, and they were also stuck not knowing how to get out of the web they got entangled in. However, it was not upon her to save any who did not want to be saved. She had to take responsibility over herself if she were to serve God for others as well. The story of the warlock with the servant of God is a story that is similar to what generally some of you have undergone. And now you are like wounded warriors trying to recover and move one step at a time to what you are meant to be. This is a long story, so let me stop here and continue next time when we are able to speak about this story again. Because with this story, most of you will understand better all that you have experienced. And it is all because of a coven that tries to siphon people's energies for their own benefit. So till next time, stay well, be blessed, be loved, and of course, love yourself first. And I hope this helps someone. Really. Till next time, God bless.